Hi, welcome to Spoiler Corner with Harrison, the Booze and Buffy companion show. I'm Harrison, and I'm here to discuss future plot points and foreshadowing that I can't discuss on the regular podcast because we are spoiler-free. So this week, I'm really excited to be talking about Season 1, Episode 12, Prophecy Girl, which is, of course, the Season 1 finale. So I got quite a bit to discuss for this episode, so I want us to start with one of the biggest moments, which is Buffy's death. Buffy's first death. Of course, she'll have another one in Season 5's The Gift. And one could argue that she also dies very briefly in Season 6 after she is shot by Warren. She does very briefly flatline in the hospital, but her two big ones this episode and Season 5. So Buffy's PTSD from the trauma of her death in this episode is going to be a major theme in the Season 2 premiere, which even there, that's kind of some foreshadowing for Buffy's arc in Season 6 with her inability to deal with the trauma of her death and subsequent resurrection at the end of Season 5, beginning of Season 6. Buffy's death, of course, also has really significant effect on the entire mythology of the show, as it causes the activation of the next Slayer, Kendra, who we're going to meet about midway through next season, and then Faith after her. The fact that there are two active Slayers now instead of just the one will eventually also play into the plans of the first evil during the events of Season 7, and will also just become a major part of it in Buffy's decision to activate every Slayer. On some smaller notes, this episode also sees the kind of formal induction of Jenny Calendar and Cordelia to the Scooby Gang. They've been kind of involved on the periphery in the past, most notably in I, Robot You, Jane for Jenny and Out of Mind, Out of Sight for Cordelia. But their experience in this episode in particular will lead to more involvement in the group, though of course not as much as our core four of Buffy, Giles, Willow, and Xander. We've got a couple plot threads that are left dangling at the end of this episode that's going to lead into the next. The first is the Master's bones, which are left behind, and the survival of the Anointed One, which are going to play into the events of the first couple episodes, in particular the season premiere When She Was Bad in Episode 3, School Hard. The second is the unresolved sexual tension between Buffy and Angel, which is going to be a major theme throughout the next season, up to and including the return of Angelus, which is going to be a major part of the next season's storyline. So that's about all I've got for this episode. Thanks for joining us this season. We're going to be back on September 26th after a brief break to begin Season 2. See you then. Bye.